conversation. I'll shed a little light on that in a second, but thank you to everyone who is joining us on this glorious Sunday. Millennium News 24 comment section. I'm still Shirley Phillips III. Nothing has changed. I'm extra excited. I was excited yesterday, but I'm really, really excited today because Ohio State is done. They're done. Okay. And yes, applause. And I wouldn't be this petty normally. I was actually going to come to make peace with them because they were so gracious that, their coach and whatnot, when they beat Michigan finally after 5 years, they were very gracious, but the people around me were not. So I was coming to make peace. I put on a red lip for them. And then you know what? I said, no, we still don't like them. We still don't like them. They talk stuff about us. They whine, they complain. So good for you. Congratulations to the Hoosiers. I've never rooted for the Hoosiers, but listen, thank you for vindicating us. And Ohio, we will see you next year. Okay, when you lose. Thank you. The Detroit Lions. I'm sorry, you guys. I have to shout out the Detroit Lions, who have become a brand. They're not just an NFL team anymore. We have restaurants all over the United States that have dedicated themselves to Detroit Lions fans. They had an incredible win against the Cowboys this week. We weren't really anticipating that, but they did their thing. And let's just keep them in our prayers. If they get to the Super Bowl, I will be happy with that because they've come a long way. But thank you guys. We appreciate you. But back to business. Again, I am Shirley Phillips III. This is Millennium News 24, the comment section. And the guest that I have today, first of all, shout out to her. I'm looking at the eyebrows. Eyebrows are on point. Okay.
Thank you.
This is one of my friends. We joke and we call each other sister wives because we used to think that we were going to marry Bobby Brown. And neither one of us was willing to concede. So we just agreed that we would share him in our fantasy world. He was our husband in high school. This is Bobby Brown, like every little step Bobby Brown, not like Whitney Houston Bobby Brown. This was when he was Bobby, So we were sister wives, and we still refer to ourselves as sister wives. She is Darnita D. Samuels. She is a licensed therapist. She's got a lot of letters behind her name. Do I call you doctor or what do I do?
Girl.
Doc.
No, I'm not a doctor. So just call me Darnita. That's it.
Darnita.
Yeah.
Okay. She's a doctor to me because she got a whole lot of letters behind her name. So that means she knows what she's talking about. And I've actually seen her evolution as not just a Black woman, but as a Christian Black woman, as a friend. And what we're talking about today is the necessity, talking about how imperative it is for us to preserve positive personal relationships that have worked for us. Whether it's a friend, whether it's a husband, a coworker, just a boyfriend / girlfriend. If that relationship has been working for you and it served you at some point, don't just cancel. We want to get out of this cancel culture. And so I wanted her to talk to us, one, about her book. She has an amazing book that she has written. I'm going to let her tell you exactly about that later on. But the title of the book is The In Between. And I know it's available on Amazon.com. She'll tell you wherever else you can get it. But it's about combining, I'll let you say. I was going to say combining religion, but I don't want to throw anybody off. But it does focus on prayer and what to do while you're waiting on what it is you have asked for. So without any further ado, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let Miss Darnita D. Samuel / my sister wife / my cast tech homegirl from back.
Yes.
How are you, beloved?
Green and white, okay?
Green and white, that's me too. What's up?
Hey, friend, it's been so long since I've seen you, so it's amazing to see your face. Thank you for this opportunity. When you reached out, I was like, standing in my kitchen, like, I guess I'm wondering what I'm going to be doing, and then boom, here you go. And I was like, look at God, he got a plan. All right, thank you. But yes, thank you for this opportunity to come talk to you about relationships, navigating relationships and things like that. But then also, how it kind of ties into my book as well.
Yes.
Definitely appreciate this opportunity, and also hope to connect and hopefully help someone who is in your audience.
We have a lot of people. I was telling, excuse me, some of my close friends what I was doing, and they have a couple of questions they threw at me early this morning they're simple questions. So it's nothing that you wouldn't be prepared to answer. But what I wanted to know is I knew you were doing therapy. I know
Yes.
You didn't start out doing this when you graduated college.
Girl, no. No.
You know I'm old. I can't remember. What did you start out doing? Because I know it was a long time ago, but it wasn't this.
So I kind of bumped around for college, right? So I went to I went to Lawrence Tech, transferred to another school, and came back home to Wayne State. And I finished finally with a degree in public relations. But I was working at a local healthcare company, remember?
Yes.
And so I kind of navigated that. And during that time, I was just like, okay, well, I need to do something else. I've always been like kind of if I get bored, I'll go back to school, right? So I went back to school with two of my friends for our first master's. And that was a human resource management. Well, if you know anything about human resource management, it's like, everything has to align in the right space in order for you to get a job in human resources. I did not, because they were saying, yes, you have the degree. No, you don't have the experience. And I'm like, well, if you're not going to give me a position or let me, work in a position, I won't get the experience. So there goes the cycle. So instead of human resources, I went into leadership roles and things like that. Now, the catalyst for me becoming a licensed marriage and family therapist is when I relocated to North Carolina.
Yeah.
As you know, I was in a very committed relationship, getting married and things like that, right? Well, when that relationship ended, that is when Dr. Jekyll came out of the other person that I was with. And it spiraled my life out of control.
Yeah.
And I thank God for my primary care physician, Dr. Robin Sanders in Greensboro, North Carolina. She and her staff, they actually saw me. And when I say saw me, I always present as like, hey, how you doing? And everything else, the life of the party. I'm a social chameleon, right? But
Cancers are Cancer. That's their zodiac sign. That shell.
I don't want to hear nothing else from anybody. I don't want to hear nothing. Okay. Because we're wonderful people. So I just want people to know we're wonderful. Okay.
Yes, you are.
So when I went into the office, they saw me, and immediately her assistant was like, oh no, we got to get Dr. Sanders in here. Dr. Sanders, yes, she saw me, and I'm sitting over there thinking like everything is fine. I'm presenting like I normally do, and everything.
You just sense in your spirit that something was off.
Yes, because they took time to get to know me, not just as a patient, but as a woman.
Got
right?
Got it.
And so when she came into the office and into the room that I was in, because they actually took me from the waiting room and put me in the back of the office, and I'm sitting there thinking like, what is going on here? I ain't never been in the back. I usually have one room. I was like, where's my room? You're not taking me to my room. They were like, well, your room is occupied right now, so we got to take you to another room. And I'm sitting over there thinking like, these people are nuts, right? And so when she walked in, she was like, I literally cleared all of my appointments today because you need me.
Oh.
That was the first time that one of my physicians was like, no, we're not leaving. I don't care about a clock. I don't care about rhythm and tact. I don't care. You're not leaving to this office until you tell me what is happening.
What's going on?
Help.
What made them know though? Were you crying?
No, that's what I said. She said it was a way that you came in that nobody is used to, because literally you came in. They said you came in, because I said, well, what did y'all, in the middle of tears? I was like, what did I? They was like, Darnita, it was just the way you came into this office. Usually it's like all this rays of sunshine.
Absolutely, yeah.
It was heavy and death that felt like it was coming into the office. And she was like, and I had to figure out what was happening. That's why I went to get Dr. Sanders. And then Dr. Sanders started talking. She came into the room. She was like, this is not it. What is going on?
That's not it. Wow. That's a blessing, though, to have professionals know you like that. That's awesome.
Exactly. And that's why I always make sure from that moment on, like I had previously when I lived at home in Detroit, my OBGYN, Dr. Coleman, she was amazing.
Yeah.
I was always looking for her in wherever I went after that. And I've had 3 doctors so far: Dr. Andy Coleman in Detroit, Dr. Robin Sanders in Greensboro, and Dr. Leah Pender, who used to be in Charlotte. Those were my doctors. And those women were so in tune with their patients, and me in particular, that I could not, nothing slid by If I was having a moment of depression, they would be like, "Wait a minute, what's going on? Let's talk." Right?
And I love that they were women.
Exactly. And that goes and that ties into the community that we have to have. We're talking about these relationships, right? So as that day, she actually told me, she was like, I'm not letting you go home like this. First of all, you can't drive home. So I'm going to take you to my therapist. And I was like, and that was like when the record scratch stopped. I was like, wait a minute, you go to a therapist? She was like, girl, I can't be a doctor, a married woman, a mother, and everything else without having my person. She's like, my therapist is my person.
That's right.
And I was like,
nutritionist, OBGYN. And, you know, a lot of people, not to cut you off, but a lot of people associate therapy with mental illness. And that is not the case. Your brain is an organ. It needs to be tended to just like your heart, your kidneys, everything else. And it's the most important organ next to your heart. If your brain is not working properly, ain't nothing working.
And it's not. And that's the thing. And so many people don't understand. Because I've even had my parents ask me, hey, does it work? And I'm like, you know, it's like, well, when you sit over here, you tell me all these things that are happening and everything else. And I'm like, I start asking these questions. You tell me if it worked. Okay?
You tell me.
Exactly. So I get all that. And even especially being a Black woman who's a therapist, and immediately when I say people will tell people I'm a therapist, right? They think that I'm a physical therapist or occupational therapist.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. They're like, okay. And I'm like, yeah.
And that was the other question. People wanted to know what was the difference between a therapist and like a psychiatrist.
Okay. So a psychiatrist really they can prescribe. I cannot. Okay. So they have so many more school classes. They go to med school and everything else. I don't do that. And they usually do like medication management, different things like that. Sometimes I have seen them like get into the realm of therapy, but mostly it's medicine. So whether they're prescribing and seeing how it goes, they're doing initial assessment to see which ones they would recommend for you to try, things like that. And so that's the basic difference between a therapist and a psychiatrist.
Okay. So basically your personal experience and the care and the attention that you got from your own providers made you want to enter that particular realm of therapy. Okay.
Absolutely.
And I guess my next question is, do you feel like it's just something that you were destined to do, or is this just something that you just enjoy doing? Do you feel like this is your divine calling to do this, and maybe that relationship was sent to you to put you in this direction, or do you just, it's just something I enjoy doing, or do you think this is your God ordained?
Oh, no. It's all of the above. And I will tell you that relationship was sent to humiliate and humble me.
Okay.
Because although again, I present as very nice. I'm snarky. I'm sarcastic, right? Yeah. But I was also so judgmental that I just be like, oh, what you doing? Da, 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 right?
Okay.
So in therapy, you can't be judgmental. Because
I never saw that part of you. I didn't see you as being judgmental.
Oh, that's because, girl, when we was at CAS, I was a shy wallflower, girl. I barely talked to people. I mean, I talked to people I knew. You know what I'm saying? And because we had 5,000 students and almost 800 people in our class. Hello. Yeah. You know, I wasn't that social butterfly then. I was sitting there like Clutch the Pearls. Who was talking to me?
Right? Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I see that.
You see what I'm saying? So after, I'll say like in my mid-20s, early 30s is when, I bloomed per se, right? Okay. And so, so people in high school, when they see me now, they'll be like, who are you? Right. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you used to be so quiet. And I'm like, I really wasn't, I wasn't quiet. I was quiet then, but I also had a mouth, right? It's just like you had to press me to a point where I just be like, I was cut your jugular, okay?
We still from Detroit. Like, don't get it twisted. We hate to go there. Right.
Okay,
but listen, if we have to, we will.
I would tell them because I tell people sometimes, and I, because Claire Huxtable is one of my sheroes, okay? Because I love how Claire can go off on somebody real quick and not even, she just be smiling. And so I have modeled my going off like that, right? But if somebody pressed me out, I'm like, don't let the smooth taste fool you. Detroit will pop out, and you don't want her to pop out.
It's intrinsic.
You get what I'm saying? Otherwise, people gotta know. However. Going back to
she's a Cancer. I'm not saying that as a diss. She's a Cancer, I am a Pisces, and our third cohort is the Scorpio. We are the water signs. And people, we're very kind. We'll give you the shirt off our backs. We will help anybody. We got $1, you got 50 cents if we love you and we trust you. The issue is we're like that until we're not. And it takes a lot for us to get pushed. And the water signs are the worst. Water can transform. It can be ice cold. It can be steamy and hot, and it can be smooth. It can be wavy. You get it how you live, okay? And then you sprinkle that with a little bit of Detroit on there, baby.
See what I'm saying?
Watch how you talk to us.
I will say this: I've gotten a lot better with my boundaries. So that great span of no, it doesn't exist anymore. Once you show me who you are, I believe you, and I will leave you there with myself.
And leave them there. I love that. What she's saying, guys, is you really don't have to say much. People will tell you who they are, what they need from you, how they are, that spirit, and being able to discern that spirit. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get into how you understand what someone's spirit is telling you, when you know that you need or you may need to seek therapy, and how to determine if a relationship is something that you even want to be bothered with trying to save. Because not all relationships are meant to be salvaged. So we are going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the comment section.